Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Gaming Night. This is going to be an update. I'm going to make this quick as I can. Talk about a few odds and ends. First thing, I checked my subscriptions. I have 401 subscribers, so that's pretty awesome. It's been pretty cool. I've been able to start my channel and started out like just showing things that interest me, and it's blossomed up since then, and I've gotten pretty much, my channel has taken off from there, and I had help from a lot of other people, which is tremendous. That there's a lot of people out there in the community that are willing to help people. You guys all know who you are. I can just name a few off. It's Vinny, Black Lodge, Crow 111, Maxim RD, and such. Like, those are the people that I've noticed have been the most influential and helping me with my channel. There's been many others, but to just go on and list them all would just be insane. But those are the top ones that I can list off from the top of my head. And then the other ones that have been supportive in other aspects, and we've been playing games and stuff together. Swimming Mountain and Dew and such. So Sukio Mog, I think that's how you pronounce. I can't think if that's how you pronounce your name. And Reflex USA 67, I think it is. So you guys, I've actually played games with online and all that stuff. So, and you guys have been helping with my channel, and I've been trying to help you guys out too, and other things too as well. So, which is awesome, because this is all about community. But anyways, one of the things I was going to talk about is I got this for my Sega Genesis. It's a, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's AV out plug. Took up, I believe I had the version 1 of the Genesis, the Generation 1, where it doesn't have the the composite cables and stuff that you would have, the Nintendo would have. It just has the RF out and all that stuff. And the question I have with you guys is, do I have to hook this up to an external audio, like a speaker with an amplifier or something, in order to get sound out of this, or or just plug it directly into my TV? The reason I'm asking is I don't want to. If I have to do the other way, I'll do that. But instead of having to drag everything, I'll hook it up to find out it's not going to work like as is plugged into my TV. And another thing I wanted to discuss was I had the experience of I can't pronounce it, so I'll let this little text tell you what I'm going to talk about.
Deus Ex Machina.
So anyways, Deus Ex Machina. I had the privilege of, I guess you could call it a demo, playing the Deus Ex Machina, and I actually went on to the website. So yeah, thanks to this 2001 video games, you must play before you die, really helped to see that, check that out, and got to play a little bit of it, and got to go into it. I really like it. It's really different from what other things I've seen, and it's kind of interesting that it's actually it's much more than just a program. It's it's an experience. You have what makes it unique was the fact that it's really not so much a game. It's more of an interactive movie, I guess you could say. You do manipulate the objects in the game, but it doesn't really change the whole premise of the thing. You basically it came with the audio cassette, and you play that in sync with the game, and that would be the story for the game done in a creative narrative way, and you get this more of an experience. And back then it kind of was looked upon as, because gamings were more or less like shoot 'em ups and things like that, so it didn't get a chance to get a good marketing. But thanks to nowadays and a few other people, they got to experience it, and from the looks of it, they're making a sequel, which I guess not really a sequel. It's basically a re-envisionment of it. So I guess they're gonna make it more interactive or something. But from what I can gather, it's gonna have the original lyrics from the original one, but with another artist, making the music. So it's gonna be the original lyrics and everything. So it's gonna be interesting because the thing is just, it's like it's kind of interesting how like it tells a story much more than like your typical game. I mean, it's like the music and stuff has a way of getting into your mind and your head, and it's kind of like a trip. In more than one ways. It's like, which brings me to the other thing I want to talk about is it kind of reminds me of Pink Floyd The Wall, because the first time I seen this one, it's like it's a visual and audio overload. I mean, there's so many visuals and stuff going on. It's in the same way, the images in this are being played with the Pink Floyd The Wall music of the Pink Floyd, and it goes while telling a story, and much like the Deus Ex Machina, or Machina, how you pronounce it, it's got a downward spiral. Like every little thing this person experienced has caused more and stuff to go stuff in his life to see the product of the end result of the product of all the stuff that he's experienced. Like it's like how one little thing doesn't seem like much, and the overall experience has a major impact. Just like Deus Ex Machina. I mean, what started out as a simple concept. If you give it a chance, check it out. The website. I'll put a link down below. I mean, it's something that needs to be experienced. Just for the right to Pink. If you haven't seen Pink Floyd Wall, it's at least worth a rental and check it out, or find it on TV or something. It's an interesting story told with music, and it's really interesting. So there's that, and then another one that had kind of impact was MASH. It's kind of like, I guess it's focuses around the people from the Korean War. Basically, it's a satire, but I think it's kind of like a Black County, but then it's got a lot of drama in it, and it's like I said, it's really opens up your eyes to pretty much on a lot of things, and this movie for its time, I mean, there really wasn't anything really like it, and it's so much so that it spawned a TV show, which this TV show is a much lighter, much lighter thing than this. This is a much darker to the series here. It's satirical, but it's much darker, because of the fact that it's. But if you've seen the movie, you understand. I mean, but the TV series is a much more lighter tone, which is why I think they removed the lyrics to the opening scene of the TV series because of the thing. Because many people know that they don't think there's actually words to it, but there is actually words to it. So anyways, that's pretty much about it. I just wanted to keep this brief as I can. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with Deus Ex Machina, the sequel, or I guess it's not really a sequel, but like they're going to be reinventing it. So it's nice to see that original creators going to be doing it. So it should hopefully be in good hands. I'm hoping they don't do too much tweaking and trying to make it like something completely different. I mean, they can do things that are different, but for the most part, don't change it to the point where it's no longer an experience, no more that, or you feel like it's not. I mean, it can, and like back then I can understand the limitations. They couldn't have like multiple paths and stuff like that. They could probably do that way with this one, but now, but if they go to a point where it's more of a game than it is an actual experience, I think people are gonna not understand what to make of it. Much like they didn't know what to make of the other one when they were expecting it to be a game, but it really wasn't so much a game. So I'm hoping, being that they can market it right, because that's going to be a big integral part of how successful this new project is. Because if they think that they have to change it too much, and they do, it's going to disappoint people that played the original, and it also, and those that play for the first time, you know, they're not going to really understand why the original one was so ahead of its time back then. So, because it's really showing how much games are very artistic and can show one's you know, motions and stuff in a game, you know, more than just having to, you know, use talking bits and stuff all the time. You can actually do it with music as well, which I think that's been not been done so much in games now. They rely more on like direct dialogue and telling you the story rather than letting the music and the words of the stuff, you know, fill in the gaps for you. So anyways, once again, thanks for watching. Sorry I kind of rambled on a little bit, but just wanted to talk a little bit. So you guys have a great week. I'll have some more videos once I get my computer back in the shop, because the shop had a flood, so they're behind 40 computers. Luckily, mine wasn't in the flood, but I feel bad for those that were. So you guys have a great night, and I'll see you guys soon.